And good afternoon, Warrior fans, and welcome out to Buffalo Wild Wings for a Sunday afternoon. Look, everybody's listening. They can hear me now, huh? That's what I'm talking about. It's about time, huh? And that means you get to find out if there's actually stuff I say that means anything. Can you not hear?
I can't hear it. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
no,
perfectly.
I guess I can't hear you, but
that can only mean one of a couple of things. One, it means you can't hear me. Try that. Nothing like live TV. Can you hear or no? How's that?
Better.
Okay, that's all you got. So that's the end of it. That's all. I got nothing left.
Gotcha.
So, Warrior Roundup is where we are. Buffalo Wild Wings on a Sunday afternoon, and a rainy Sunday afternoon. And man, if that didn't what we started the show off with last week about the weather and how it's getting us. But we're joined on the Warrior Roundup with head coach Josh Brown. Coach, welcome aboard.
Hey, glad to be here.
Look, I'm going to turn you up. Keep talking a little bit. Hang on, we're going to turn them down. But somewhere Chuck is at home laughing. I just know that. There you go. That should be better. Can you hear?
Yeah, that sounds great right there.
Okay. And it's not too loud out here, is it? No, they can't hear me anymore. Logan, can you hear me? Okay. Well, as long as Logan can hear, that's all that we need. Coach, interesting week. Had one game that got pushed back. Big tournament this past weekend. You guys played 3 games in a couple of days. Ending with that Lake Arthur one, which we'll get in and we'll talk about that as well. But your thoughts on these early season tournaments and weeks and the rain and the weather and all of that?
Yeah, the cold's not fun for sure.
Right.
Thursday was, if we would have played Thursday, it would have been rough. And Friday night was rough enough.
That's the first time that I have seen a game held up because of ice on the infield in Louisiana. Now, again, we're not up north, and that's why we don't live up north. But ice on the infield, have you seen that before?
No, I've never seen it on our field.
Right.
You know, we came back for practice late that day, and it was gone, but it was there for the first 3 or 4 hours. It was still wet,
right.
But yeah, never seen ice on the field like that.
Look, but you guys got it in shape and ready to go, and the rain still came off and on yesterday. Mm-hmm. It was one of those days, but able to play through it. It wasn't a bad one, and here it comes raining all night and all day today ahead of a couple of games that you guys have tomorrow and Tuesday. What does it look like for first of the week action?
Yeah, I can tell you we're not in good shape right now at our field.
Right.
I would not be surprised if tomorrow gets pushed back later this week at some point. I just don't see it happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped raining yet.
I know, and that's where you could say if it would stop a little bit, you'd get an opportunity, but then the sun's got to come out, or
Correct.
if you get the wind blowing, if you're able to go out there and rake it. But I bet there's water that's standing on it.
Yeah, and you don't want to spend all your money getting the field ready, especially, we'd be out there all day. And
That's
I
right.
don't have the manpower like I used to have,
well,
honestly, right
and
now.
then if a district game rolls around or a different game, and I don't put any less meaning on one game, but the part of the season that it's in, if you've spent all your money on the diamond dry, towards the end of the year it comes around and you don't have that for it, and it's tough.
And to your outfield, look, everybody, if your infield's good, you're going to play most of the time. But
right.
Outfield right now is not good at all.
Right.
So, like I said, it has not stopped, and I don't know how many inches of rain we've had since last night, but it's rained a pretty good bit.
When I drove out here and could see it standing along Jackson Street on the sides of it, I said, yeah, we're going to be in trouble for tomorrow's game. I certainly knew that, but hopefully rain gets out of here. It's not supposed to rain any Monday or Tuesday. The rest of the week's going to get nice, and should be back to playing baseball on there. But we'll look and see. Who knows? Big show lined up for tonight. Here's one thing, Coach, that I told you that I needed, and we may need to get some support from the fan bases in here. But last year, brother-in-law joined us on our production side of it, Brett Stallsby. Mm-hmm. And so he is going to be here in between shows. We have this show, and then we have the Menard show at 7 o'clock. So 6 o'clock, there's nothing going on. So I want you to hold off on eating, because he's going to do the Blazing Wing Challenge. But I don't want him to do it solo. I want a competitor for him, and I can't because I've got to do the show, or I would. I would do it. So maybe a volunteer out here, or maybe, Coach, you want to take one for the team. What are the fans out there? Would y'all like to see Coach Brown do the challenge?
I think Donovan would be my number one guy I'd go to right now.
Look, when he did the burger challenge with it too, I think Donovan just likes to eat. That's the big thing. And so that might be. Look, he's turning around. Are you in for the Blazing Wing Challenge? Is that a no? I've never seen you say no to food and some food-related challenge ever. I don't know. We'll work on him. We'll get maybe the crowd support just needs to get him going.
Yeah, we just got to work on him a little bit. Me and Donovan spent a lot of time together in the fall calling some football. We eat some food now on the road. I can tell you that. So he could eat some wings. I promise you.
So Brett's laid down the challenge too, and he said, how much time do I have? I said, well, you don't have to time. You just have to eat them all. He said, that's nothing. I said, well, last year they didn't get through but 3. He said, well, that's them. That's not me. So we'll see about that. That will come up. We'll record it. We'll have it out. But here in the show, we're going to name our weekly player of the week. We've got 3 good candidates for that award this week, and we're going to have a commitment. Our first ever commitment is on here. Maddox Adelise is going to come up, and he's going to let the world know what college he's going to go to, and we'll get that behind the way. So it looks like it should be a good evening, Coach. But let's roll back into the week and tell me about your thoughts on how the week went.
Let's see. We had Zawali.
What a game that was.
Yeah, that was an excellent game. Logan, he was outstanding. 13 strikeouts. Gave up 1 hit. 1 or 2 hits, I can't remember.
2 hits in that one, yeah.
Either way, in the walks, we only walked 1 person, you know, anytime. And our staff's been great, man, so far as yesterday was the first game that we had where we walked a little more, and our starter just wasn't in the zone where he needed to be. He was kind of in and out. But, yeah, Zawali was a great game. You know, we wasn't good as we'd like to be offensively. But, Drew Horn, 8th grader, came up with a big hit. And that's all he's done so far.
We went and did our cool play of the week of the game after that. When I was cutting it up and looking at it, I said an RBI or a 2 RBI single. That's got to be it when you only score the 2 runs. If it was a 9-8 game, probably wouldn't have been it. But when that's the only 2 runs on there, and then I go to replace and fix a video, and I realize, well, he got it last week for his first hit as well. So Drew Horn, talk to me about him a little bit.
Yeah, man. He's the more he plays, the better he's going to get. But I think he's batting around 5 something right now, which is pretty impressive for an 8th grader. And he's getting on base every time, and he's doing what it takes to help the team out, and just staying calm, cool, and collected. I mean, I love the way he's playing the game right now, and he does a good job in the outfield. And he came up with a big hit when we needed it because Zawali threw us out 3 times at the plate on force outs the other night, and we left the bases loaded, I think, 4 times.
Yeah, their third baseman made 3 plays there at home, and that's frustrating to watch fielders' choices made at home.
Absolutely. We've still got to get better in situational hitting. We can do some other things to probably score. We could squeeze. We haven't opened that up yet, but we're really wanting to see early what some kids can do with the bat, but we could go up the middle, opposite field a little bit better at times than we're doing. I watched a lot of film today, and I'm seeing some things that we definitely need to correct at the plate. But, it's early, and, hey, we're 5-1. A lot of people like to be in this situation we are right now.
Look, and anybody that's followed the program through the years has certainly seen that's what you do. And you and I, it's almost a carbon copy of the conversations that we have at the first of the year over the last couple of years that we've been doing the shows, is that here's this, we're having some success. If we work on this, then it's going to lead to that. Yeah. And here you are in that again.
For sure. And then we rolled into Reeves. I believe that was Reeves.
The Raiders, that was a 2:30 game.
2 games
Friday.
On Friday, and Brady McDaniel gave us an outstanding effort. He had no walks again, 5 strikeouts. He was in the zone the entire game, and we come through. I think Talon and Brady. No, Braden and Brady. I think we had those 3 kids. They came through all game with some clutch hits and wound up beating those guys 10-0. And then we came back the nightcap, and Talon, he has 10 strikeouts on the mound, and he pitches 4 innings, and we bring Wells in to finish the game.
And with that talent and the hitting that he's done, he's a finalist for our Player of the Week as well. So we've got what did we said? Drew was a finalist on there. Talon is a finalist, and that performance that Logan had, he's a finalist on there. So we're choosing out of those 3 tonight.
Correct, and those 3 had big weeks, and the St. Joe game, to see Talon go in there, we've been kind of playing with who is going to be that 5th starter.
Right.
And, man, he did a great job that night because we're really wanting to save Maddox and Cooper out of the pen. He was outstanding that night against St.
Coop came and pitched yesterday in relief of Canyon and really did well.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Right.
Man, I tell you, Coop's a competitor, and he's going to help our team for a long time. And the thing I like about it, again, the walks. We had 2 guys. Canyon just didn't have his best stuff. I mean, It's going to happen from time to time.
Absolutely it is.
He had 5 base on balls and 5 strikeouts, and then I think Braden had 3 walks and 3 Ks in his inning. You take that away, our pitching staff has around 54 strikeouts right now with around 9 walks.
Right.
And that's pretty impressive right now.
Well, and to point out just how that sits, not to bring it up, but in game 1, 6 of those 9 walks were issued in game 1.
Correct.
It happened to be there was an 11 strikeout performance on the other side of it, but 6 of those walks were in game 1.
Correct. So we've really done a really good job getting in the zone, and we, like I said, we got enough arms. We really are trying to pitch a lot of guys once a week.
Right.
And you were been with me a long time. I tell our kids stories all the time. We had these guys, some guys going 2 days a week, and then you'd have this bulldog who would go sometimes 3 days a week. For
you to say you're looking for a 5th starter just blows me away, because there were times, that you'd go with a Boswell and a Soche and JG would throw and Jacob and that's all that you've got, and you're still playing 30-something games in that. To think that you've got that much pitching that you can tell me that you're going to save Maddox and Coop for bullpen and long relief, those are 2 guys that would be Friday starters we're number 1 starters. But you understand what I mean?
Correct.
They're number 1s.
And there's times that we're going to give Maddox probably some spot starts.
Right.
But we like him out of the bullpen. We really like Cooper out of the bullpen. We feel like, if you get in these games, we're looking at in the long haul. Our key thing is with us, we get in these Tuesday, Thursday district matchups, and then you got that non-district game after district starts, on a Saturday or Friday. We want to be able to have 4 guys for those district games.
Right.
And then, if we need a 5th guy, great. But we should be able to have a couple guys for that Friday, Saturday game that are fresh.
Well, and you've got to prepare if any of those arms get a little fatigue on them, so that you're rested going into the playoffs, because those things, now the Class B's back together, that's a battle in Class B.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Yeah.
There are some good people staying at home this year.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and we're looking at that in the playoffs and in the basketball that's out there as well. You've just got B and C is so good in baseball, softball, basketball, because they're not football schools, and so they're honed in on working on those things, and that's where you see.
Correct.
That's where you see that. So it's good to see that many arms. I like Maddox out of the bullpen because he's so solid at shortstop. That's just
absolutely
that play that they made to cut that guy down at home, and that was our Southern Air cool play of the game for that one, when Adleys goes out after it, and I think he's catching it out in shallow left field, but he doesn't. But has the wherewithal to get up, get it into Canyon at third base around to Wellesley there at home, and it was just a beautiful play.
Yeah, you keep Cooper and Maddox in the infield majority of the game. Those are 2 guys we'd like to have out there, no doubt about it. And again, we had to go to Coop early yesterday, and he was great. But yeah, Maddox and Cooper up the middle, man, they're outstanding together.
How's the Canyon at third base, in your opinion, and Brady at first base? How's that working out for you?
I think so far so good. It's kind of funny because I was looking today, and really hadn't been a whole lot of balls hit to third right now. So far so good. We turned a double play yesterday with Brady going to Braden.
Right.
And they were trying to be aggressive score, and they did that 2 or 3 times yesterday. And so far so good, I think.
And that's what aggressiveness has done that, and that's any brand of baseball that's successful is keyed by guys that run the bases well, that aren't just out there running from first to second, but they're looking for a double out of the box. They're
Correct.
Looking second. You got to hold them to a single. They're looking for 2 out of the box, and that's what you have out of those guys.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And talking about the corner deal, we as a Wally, I don't know if you noticed during that game, we took their bunt game away.
Yep.
We got up in their face. They still tried to bunt a couple times, but they didn't execute any bunts the entire game.
We did comment on how far up that Canyon would play on that too, and made mention that shortstop's got to come over and cover to be on that. But when you're able to come up and do that, that has a guy that's saying, I'm going to lay one down the third base line. Think about his bunt. And when you have to think about it, you're not going to execute it correctly.
Correct. And we knew with Logan they were going to be, going to the right side of the field most of the time. They had a couple guys pulling the ball a little bit, but we said, hey, we're going to force them to beat us hitting the baseball. Right. That's kind of what we did. And like I said, he was outstanding on the mound that night.
Yeah, 2-0 game. That was a great one. We're going to take our first break of the night. When we come back up here, let's get a couple of players and we'll talk to them. In the third segment, we'll get Maddox up here and we'll figure out where he's going to go and spend his college time so he can get back focused on playing here and take care of all of that. Then we'll have our player of the week come up as well. So stick around. We'll do all of that when we come back. Make sure you guys can hear out there. Can y'all, again, you can hear that okay? Can you? Nick? Okay. Well, I know you can, but can they? You're right in front of us here. So you saw the commercial by our friends at BU Designs by Melissa Gann, and they do our player of the week. We awarded our first one last week. And, Coach, you talked about our 3 finalists that we had. Let's talk about them again. We had Logan that had that performance a little bit, is that good? Or is that too? Okay. It's either that or my exit row was right here. I don't know what you were doing for me there. So, Coach, you said we had 3 that we were looking at. Logan for his game that he struck out 13 on that night. Recap that performance.
Yeah, 13 strikeouts, gave up 1 walk, complete game shutout, just a outstanding effort, man.
And
was in the zone all night.
What's so promising about that, too, is there's been a time where, and we talked to him about it last week, he'd walk somebody and frustration would take over a little bit. But he showed great command and actually got stronger as he went along, and that's a sign of a really solid pitcher.
Absolutely, man. He was dominant, man. Great performance all the way around from him, and 24 Ks and 2 outings already.
Right.
Can't say enough about it. And he's our number 1 guy for a reason. I mean, he wants to compete, and when he's on that mound, I feel like he can be the best in Class B, honestly.
Another guy that's out there competing for you is Talon Epnet. He on the mound out in center field. He goes and gets everything out in center field, but he's been swinging the bat pretty well too.
Yeah, this week he had a good week. He there was a couple plays he made at center field wall yesterday. That
Yep.
one at the warning track, the kid hit, was a tough play, great grab. On the mound, he had 10 strikeouts against St. Joe, and then offensively, he had 7 base on balls, 8 runs scored, 3 RBIs, 4 hits. You know, he had a good week this week, a bounce back week, because kind of started slow last week. But he had a good week this week.
And then the third was Drew Horn, and Drew has just been solid from game 1 all throughout.
He has. He's had a good week. You know, he's getting on base at the 9-hole. Hopefully getting that, he keeps that going so we can get that top of the order, getting him in a little bit more. But he had 5 hits, and yesterday he had a stolen base to get in scoring position to have us a chance to take that lead. And we actually want him to run more, and we're hoping the more he gets experience, we're probably going to definitely move him a little bit more on the bases because, you know, he can move a little bit. We like him, Cooper, Logan, and Talon on the bases a lot.
Yeah, and it's good, and that's a characteristic of a Grace Christian dirtbag Warrior type of team, is to really put pressure on the opponent's defenses by getting out and running, taking an extra base, stealing a run when they get a chance to.
And nothing, the thing I like about Drew, man, nothing bothers him.
Right.
You know, a lot of people say that about Coop. Nothing really bothers Drew either. You know, Drew just kind of goes about his business every day and competes.
Look, interviewing both of them, you realize that yeah, they're just pretty nonchalant about everything that it is that they do on there as well. And when I looked back at Drew, when he got his first hit that first night, I was like, man, that's our play. If I'd have known that he was going to have so many after that, it probably wouldn't have been the play of the week, or the play of the game. But he's come along that solid. So
he has, for sure.
We had Logan, we had Talon, and we had Drew as finalists for our Player of the Week. This week, our BU Designs 446 Sports Player of the Week, though, goes to Talon Epnet. Glad he runs on the bases quicker than he comes to get up here, though, huh? Put that up. So that's his. And we'll get a picture with him after that. Let's see when he gets those on. That should. There you go. So, Talon, congratulations. Great week that you put together, both on the mound, out in center field, and at the bases as well. On the bases is where you can't hear that. Boy, I don't know what Nick has done over there. You can hear that now? Okay. Yeah. All right, there we'll have that. So, the key question, let's get into those stats here in just a moment. The key question that I have for you that I think everybody's wondering about, how do we get your dad in the Blazing Wing Challenge in between the shows? That's what I want to know. Does it still work if you, Dad, please? It still works for my kids.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work. How long has it been since that's worked? Long time?
A long time, actually.
Long time, okay. Well, we're still working on it, too. I know he's not scared. Certainly not. There you go. So you've had a great week out there, center field, big catches yesterday on there. Great job on the mound that you've had up there, and, of course, hitting the ball. We've talked about that several times on there. Also, just give me your thoughts on where you're at this week.
I think I did good on some games, but last night was probably my worst night. I was in my head most of the game.
Did the move up to lead off maybe do anything?
That put a little bit more pressure on me.
Right. And we talked about that during the game too. It only comes up in the first inning. That's the only time. But man, it's a mindset thing if you're not careful on it.
Yeah.
You getting comfortable 5-6 hole where you're hitting, and there to move to the top of the lineup made a difference on there. But I've known you'll adjust without a doubt.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. What was your thought process, Coach, getting him into the leadoff role? Because you had a couple other candidates to move into that spot, but Talon jumped into it.
Yeah, we really didn't know what we were going to do because, it was kind of a morning decision. We were kind of going back and forth. Talon, we really don't like moving people a whole lot, but, with Logan out, we really like Logan in the leadoff hole.
Right.
And without him, we said, hey, Talon's got some speed. He did it a couple times in the 2-hole last year, so let's give him a shot. We really didn't want to mess with Maddox. We like Maddox a lot in the 2-hole.
Right.
So we gave him a shot, we'll see. I'll tell you this, probably Cooper Courtright will go to the leadoff. roll tomorrow or Tuesday on our next game.
Looks like that's the first you've heard of it. Is that right, Talon?
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
That's right.
The one thing that we've noticed, that I've noticed, we want to put our kids in comfortable situations.
That's right.
We don't want them thinking
That's
at all.
right.
I really have seen the last couple, and I really thought about Cooper yesterday going in there, and I said maybe we should leave Talon there, but no, I went back. I said no, I'm just going to put Talon, give him a shot. I mean, you just don't know at that time, but like he said, it is a different. Kids they don't think about it. They think, oh,
That's
God,
right.
lead off. I've been batting in the 6-hole, 5-6 hole. 6-hole. You've been in the 6-hole, yes. Yeah. And so it's a little bit different. But one thing I've noticed again, the last 2 or 3 games, Cooper's just kind of been doing some things on the bases and working counts that I really like a lot.
Right.
And so we'll see about that. And we want to put him in the best situation to be successful and get him to relax. But he had a great week again this week. I mean, again, on base a lot.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And the situation that he's been most successful was moving into center field. And that long line of storied center fielders that have patrolled the grounds there at Grace Christian, you fall right into that, Talon. You're aggressively going after balls to either side of it. And, I mean, there's been some good ones that have played out there in center field before. And
sure.
and so you go out there like you were born to play it.
Yeah.
You like center field or pitching, or
I think center field is probably my favorite spot out
Right.
of all of them.
Yeah, because you can go out there and go after it and get it.
Yeah.
What's the difference that you take and look at a game when you're going on the mound?
I think that,
Different than when you're playing in the outfield.
yeah, it's like whenever I'm pitching,
Right.
it's I have a whole different mindset about it.
Right.
Like, I need to pitch in the zone, everything else. While in center field,
Yeah.
I have like a low pitching, I have a slow pace
Right.
with it. While center field is like fast pace on everything.
There you go. What is your warm up routine on game day differ when you're going to the hill versus when you're not pitching?
Whenever I'm not pitching, I usually long toss almost every game.
Right.
While whenever I pitch, I usually give about to second base or farther.
Okay. There you go. Well, we've talked about some things too. You guys are sitting at 5-1 on the season. Very tough Class B. I mean, very, very tough Class B. Where do you think you guys are sitting here in week 2? What's your thought process on where the team is right now?
I think we're pretty set up for success for a little bit.
We can just get some better temperatures and some baseball weather and get out of all of this. Coach, I'll ask you that too. His progression in moving from a left field to a center field and what he does.
Yeah, he's going to be one of the best center fielders come through here. I feel like catcher in center field at Grace Christian, man, we've had some really good dudes.
Shortstops ain't been terrible either.
No. I mean, you're talking about some guys up the middle. We've been really, really good for a long time. We were talking to the kids yesterday. I said, we can go all the way back to 03 and talk about guys who played up the middle for us that were really good. And
it went on and signed and played.
Correct.
Played after high school was over,
and they
too.
see those guys, and the tradition just keeps going, and it motivates them to be the best. And we still got a little ways to go. We got to learn how to deal with adversity sometimes.
Right.
And a young squad, they sometimes got to, let it roll off the shoulder, play the next play. We got a few of that going on, but if we can get past that, man, the sky, I mean, look, we could go a long way, and we like this team a lot, man. They're good dudes. We don't have to worry about them, and we got good kids, and I love these kids to death, man. They're really a good group of kids, and I love these parents. I can tell you this is one of the best groups that we've had in a while.
Well, there you have it. Big praise from Coach Brown. Talon, congratulations on your Player of the Week designation. Looking forward to many more of those out of you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get Maddox Adelise up here, and we'll find out probably I may be the only one that doesn't know the answer to the question of where he's going, but we'll figure that. Donovan doesn't know that either. Okay, we'll do that. What Donovan doesn't know is that he is going to take part in the Blazing Wing Challenge too, but we'll keep that a secret as well. But when we come back, we'll have Maddox Adelise up here, and we'll talk college baseball when we come back.
For cataract surgery in Central Louisiana, insist on Wallace Eye Associates, where leading eye surgeon Dr. Thomas Stuckey and our team of doctors continue to set the standard in cataract care in Louisiana. If you're over age 60 and just aren't seeing as well as you used to, let our cataract team restore your vision and renew your life. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
And we are back, Buffalo Wild Wings, the Warrior Roundup. And this is this isn't the first time that we've had somebody announce on there. I forget who it was. We were over at that other hamburger place when he did it. The guy that played left field that went up into, how quick I forget.
Was it Gray's? Garrett? Was it Garrett?
No,
Gray's?
no. It was after him. It was just the guy that had played for you for about 6 years, and I can't remember his name. Of course, everybody does. Anyway, it's the first time here that we're doing that, and name will come to me. And that's no knock, guys. I don't forget you guys as soon as you're gone. I'm just getting a tad older, and so that's what happens. But I want to welcome in Maddox Adelise. Maddox, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Look, we're excited about this. You're all right. It's just first air of the night. It's okay. We'll be just fine with it. So, interesting conversations with you folks. They're certainly proud of you and proud of what you do. We've seen the signs that have been held up tonight too. Tell me about how you're and there they are. Tell me about your family and how important that is to you.
My dad was always with me in baseball growing up. Early mornings in the cages, going to the weight room at 4 in the morning before school. It was just he was always there for me.
Right.
And my mom supporting me too.
She's one of your biggest fans. I can certainly tell you that without a doubt. All the work that you've put in getting to this moment. A lot of people know where you're going. A lot of people don't on there. What's went into the decision making of where you've went? We won't name the place just yet, but what are some factors that were important to you?
I want nice facilities. That was a big one. Of what I want to do with baseball, I want to play baseball for as long as I can before I have to go work.
Right.
Inevitably the rest of my life, but and just leave home do something new.
Right. Well, there you go. We're excited about it. How long have you had this known where you're going to go?
After our first game.
First game of this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, good. It's good. It'll be good to get that behind you and just focused on the season as well. So we'll talk about the place a little bit more, but go ahead now into the camera. Let everybody know where you're going to play your college ball.
I will be attending National Park College in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Well, there you go. How about that? That is great to see. What is it about National Park? Because that's you and your buddy going up there now.
Oh, yes, sir. We won a private workout with their head coach back in June. He really liked us. I liked the field. And they took us on a tour around the campus. I really liked it. I didn't want to jump in right away. I just wanted more time to think about it.
Right.
And now I got my answer.
Because you'd we talked about LCU, talked about Baton Rouge Community College and Panola, and there were some others that were in there. So it is a process on there because, quite frankly, until this year, until Canyon mentioned it, I hadn't heard of National Park College that's up there too. Springfield, Missouri, though, I did figure out where that's at. I mentioned that it was in Arkansas, and somebody corrected me. He said, that's wonderful, he's going, but it's not in Arkansas. I was like, oh, whoops. So anyway, but that's a good area.
It is. I like it out there, I think about it, it's like the better version of Alexandria,
right?
Thriving community. A lot of water out there, hunting land.
See, ultimately that doesn't go into a lot of folks' decision making, but I had a feeling that it would go into your guys' thought process.
Oh yes, sir.
Is that one of the classes you'll get to take up there too?
I don't think so.
They don't give you a hunting 101?
I don't think so.
That's good. What are you going to study while you're up there?
Business.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Coach, your thoughts about that pipeline into National Park College?
I mean, I went with them on that day. It's very nice. It's one of the nicest colleges I've been to in a while. Everything's brand new. The kids, they loved it. I stayed back when Coach took them. Was it Coach or who was that?
Which one?
When y'all went to the dorm and all that. Somebody.
Coach Mark.
Yeah, they took them and they came back and they were like, Coach, it's really nice here, man. I mean, Canyon, I want to go here right away. Yeah. But no, it was. I just like Coach Rich, man. He's great.
How did that connection happen? How do you get college out of Springfield, Missouri, signing 2 players from a small school in Alexandria?
Well, you meet a lot of people over the years. You have people sign. Right. Kind of started like this. We were trying to help Canyon and him out. I emailed a bunch of schools, and I always try to help our guys out. Sure. If they want to play, I'm going to help them out. And started getting a little feedback from Rich a couple times, and they went to Brookhaven also, and I think Dallas Christian over the summer.
Right.
And me and Rich just kept talking a little bit, and Cody Davis, he really wanted Cody Davis.
Right.
So we went to LSUE last year when National Park went there to play LSUE. They open up with LSUE every year.
Okay.
So we went there, we met him, and man, me and my wife, we were impressed. We really like Coach Rich a bunch. I mean, he's just a guy. I feel like he's going to take care of your players.
Right.
And that means a lot to the parents when you send your kid off somewhere. And he pitched for the A's and Angels, and that's always a plus. But it was kind of funny because when he was texting me at first with Cody, he kept saying, mate, good day, mate, and all this. And I'm like, this dude's, is he from Australia or is he just saying this? So when I finally got to meet him that year, it was pretty cool. But, no, he's a great guy and great facilities, and they're only going to keep getting better. I mean, he's sent 6 guys to Division I after 2 years last year.
And is that a goal for you, Maddox, is to get some folks looking at you up there, go out there and play ball a couple of years and make that move?
Oh, yes, sir. With the new JUCO rules.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, it's huge, and it's 2 more years of development, and hopefully from there go D1.
Look, and that's what it allows you to do is to get some college credits, get some of that college lifestyle under you, and learn that and learn, because, look, no matter what, being away from home, being away from the school, being in different areas, it's different. And having a coach like that, it's got to make you feel good.
I'm ready for the new adventure.
There you go. What's the schedule look like for those guys? How many trips do you make it down here and play anybody besides LSUE?
I'm not completely sure, to be honest with you. I'm not too informed in all that yet.
You're looking at you at shortstop, or what's the?
Middle infield.
Middle infield. Well, again, going to National Park College, and we're excited about that, and we'll follow some of those. Let's talk this season, too. You guys started out 5-1 on there. Where do you think you're at, and what do you think you need to work on to go into week 3 and 4?
Personally, me, I'm trying to get my hitting better, getting in clutch positions. I didn't come through when I should have, whenever we could have had a lead in the 7th inning. That's something I need to work on. As a team, we do need to work on mental power. We're just not, as a whole, not there yet.
The good old days, they tell you just got to get some dog in you.
That's
right, and I look forward to if anybody can bring it out of them. Maddox, it's you, buddy. There's no doubt about that. Congratulations! I'm excited for you. I followed since you were a freshman on up, and it's a special time. I know your family's proud, and we're all proud of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you go. Maddox Adderley is going up to Springfield, Missouri, where he'll continue on. We'll be right back right after this.
For cataract surgery in Central Louisiana, insist on Wallace Eye Associates, where leading eye surgeon Dr. Thomas Stuckey and our team of doctors continue to set the standard in cataract care in Louisiana. If you're over age 60 and just aren't seeing as well as you used to, let our cataract team restore your vision and renew your life. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Indeed, we are rolling through this first hour. I looked around, thought it was we got about 35 more minutes, and we're in the sixth inning of this one, I guess is what you'd say. Braden Wells joins us here, and Braden, one of the questions I wanted to ask you, that play that came in, that it was Maddox to Canyon into you. You had to come up with that, man. That was your first big play at home like that. Tell me what's going through your mind.
I mean, we had a couple error throws before that, and I was really hoping it wasn't going to be a third one. I mean, it felt slow developing. Everything felt slow motion, but it was fun.
You see ball coming, you see base runner coming. Good thing it's not the old days, because he'd have brought the shoulder on you there too. But I mean, that's part of being a catcher. It's that type of game. That's what you want.
I was definitely glad it wasn't a big guy like Canyon. I didn't want to get hit first big play like that.
Well, I'm glad our camera was on this side, not that side, so we could see those eyes that getting bigger when that ball was coming along. What do you take out of the wins are good? What do you take out of that loss yesterday that says, you know what, this is what we're going to do starting on Monday or Tuesday whenever we go back and play?
Oh, I mean, we knew going into yesterday that we were going to have to play a very good game, and you know, some days you show up and you just don't have your stuff. I thought both of our pitchers threw the ball well. You know, Canyon struggled a little bit, but I mean, we gotta learn from it. I think you take more out of a loss sometimes than you do a win, really.
Absolutely right, you do. I certainly agree with that. You've had a full couple of weeks now of catching different people, catching Brady, catching Canyon, catching Logan a couple of times on there. We talked to you in week one how that was going to be. So how is it adjusting to the different pitchers that are throwing?
Oh, I find it fun. You know, everybody throws different pitches. It's definitely different speed-wise, but I mean, it's not really a challenge. I had all summer, all fall to throw with them. So,
look, there's definitely the pitchers like to get the ball back quickly. Logan, I think, works faster than anybody that I've seen. Works about as fast as Seth Cook would work last year. Seth would really get after it too, and Cody would get the ball back to him fast. On there, is there some that you know that I've got to get the ball back quick, or maybe I don't have to get it back as fast for others?
You know, I got to get it to Logan a lot quicker than the other guys. You know, Cooper, he likes to walk around, and he's in his own world out there.
Coop's pitching at Coop speed. That's all that he's doing, and that's a good one. That's paid off very well. But great job on that play, and I'm glad you just didn't run scared, you know, and get out the way. Great work, Braden Wells. Logan Markle will join us here. We're swapping out and trying to work out and get those. My producer that's walking around is telling me, he's giving me that we're almost almost out of time thing, but we'll roll through as long as we need because we don't want to hold off. If it's 6 o'clock coming up, that means that the Blazing Wing Challenge is about on the way. And the record was 3, but we're still trying to find Brett an opponent for this, Coach. And if nobody from the fan base steps up, it falls on the head coach. That's because you don't have your assistants in there. I don't see Jacob
I'm going to struggle,
or
man.
anybody
I struggle with my wife putting something in a salad today.
Dude,
I mean, there's no way that's going to happen.
Let me clear before I'll turn around and look at your wife too and let her know that I saw him struggle with the burger. I know he's not doing the wing challenge. Look, that's no, he's not there. So it's I don't know who we're going to get, and it's got to be from somebody's family or parent that spoke on the show tonight. And I see that that Talon's dad is there and Maddox's dad is there.
Brady. I think Brady could do it.
Do you think Brady could now?
Brady could not do it.
I think Brady could.
There's a difference between hot and
Brady's
eating a bunch.
team player. Brady's going to.
I don't know. We may just see how Brett can do it on there.
Brady's
so stick
going to
around.
do it. I feel good with it.
All right, Logan. 24 strikeouts on the season out of 2 games on there, averaging about 2 an inning. I think a little over. And I can any stats that we want to out there, but a couple of inning. The biggest thing though is you got down the walks, and that was huge. Such a difference from game 1 to game 2. What happened?
Well, in the off season, we was always talking about how I was walking too many last year. I had just as many strikeouts as I did walks, so that's what I did all of the summer and the fall. Is I worked on getting in the zone, throwing strikes, not worrying about speed, and just getting in there.
There you go. I see the brace on the finger there. A little bit of an issue. What's the prognosis on that?
I should be back. 2 weeks is max, but if I keep it good, clean and healthy, I'll be back in a week.
It's got stitches in there,
4
so
stitches.
You got to get those out of there too,
Yes,
and off and going. And it's on the. Now I don't think you grip with that on anything that you throw.
Just my curveball.
Dude, put him in. Throw the fastball. You can throw your fastball from here. That just let it rest on there. Look, you may just not bat. Well, DH for you, but get in there and throw. That'll be fine. Now, the pitching staff that you guys have is so deep, so it's good to know that you're able to go out there and get some other guys that are on there too. What's been most impressive about the other guys that are throwing for you?
Everybody's developed so much.
Right.
Cooper, Canyon, Maddox, and Talon, and Brady. They all just look great on the mound. Everybody's looking better than they did.
Look, it's good to see that settling in. Of course, we talked to Braden about being able to catch the different pitchers on there. He's been doing it since the summer and the fall, and just loves that. How confident are you in your catcher?
Oh, Braden, hey, we've gotten really close behind the plate. I've always trusted him now since I've been catching with him. My first time I was catching with him, I was like, all right, this is going to be fun. First throw hits him right in the head. I was like, this is going to be long.
Now, hang on. I don't know that I knew that story about it. So the first pitch you threw to it hit him in his head?
We was at practice, and he went to catch it, went straight through it, hit him right in the head.
And you're like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. Good to see that he's settling in now and all is well. First couple of weeks, what do you think? Where's your team standing right now? What do you think?
We're looking great. I love it. I mean, it's a big difference from last year to this year. We've had a bunch of new people out playing. Everybody's getting into the feel of it, but we're going to be good.
I think y'all are going to know what to do when it's actually sunny and about 70 or 80 degrees and getting to play in some decent weather.
For sure.
How does y'all's mind stay right knowing that every day there's a possibility it's either going to be cold or rainy or cold or whatever it is?
Louisiana weather is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah. How does it make practices? Are y'all able to go in and hit in the cage and do some stuff when that field's a mess?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Coach, as you see these players that are developing inside, like Maddox tonight and Canyon early in the season, these younger guys are seeing that. What do they take out of it? What do you say? Look, this is where you guys want to be, getting to that next level, but their development starts 8th and 9th and 10th grade.
Yeah, I mean, they put a lot of work in. That's what it's all about. I mean, right now, we told our team, we got to get these guys at the bottom of the order of these rookies. We got some good veteran guys. They just need to come through, get on base for those guys. But like I told them yesterday, don't get in panic mode when you're up at the plate. Don't act like you have to do something right away. Right. It's okay to take a walk. I think sometimes, it's early in the year. You're trying to do stuff that you don't need to do. But I really like where we've developed, again, from our staff. Hitting-wise, we've gotten better there, too. It's just sometimes I think certain situations people try to press a little bit here and there. And It's good playing in close games. I mean, the Lake Arthurs, the Wally games, we need those kind of games.
That's right.
It's going to pay off come district time. And, like I said, we got a good ball club. We got to figure a few things out. It's still early, and, we'll get it going. I mean, if it was March 15th, March 25th, I'd be a little bit more worried in some areas, but I'm really not. I mean, we're going to come back this week, and we're going to continue to work, and we're going to make a few adjustments. I've got some notes down from the past few games that we're going to tweak tomorrow and just go forward with it. And, that's what it's all about, how you respond and the adjustments you got to make.
As a captain on this team, knowing that that's there, what advice do you give to some of the older players, some of the younger ones that are out there? Because you've got just a handful that are older guys, but I know that everybody looks to you as a leader on that team. So how have you been embracing the captain role on there?
I've been trying to become better, not just like for me, but for the team. And I like trying to help other players like Drew. I like trying to help him with whatever he needs. Like when he strikes out or when I'm like, you're good, you got more at bats. Not everybody's going to have a perfect game. Everybody messes up.
Well, that's what, and look, and it goes back to the same thing now, and they'll tell you that in the pros, 300 will get you in the Hall of Fame. High school, your guys are hitting 400, so you're failing more than you're succeeding at the plate, and that's a tough mindset when people are used to hitting 600-700 in school, travel ball, wherever they're at. I mean, different things. It's just this is going to be different.
It just gets harder as you go.
Indeed, it does.
It's not like you got to wait, 2 weeks from now. You're going to play again. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't get frustrated. And that's what we're trying to tell them. Just keep playing the next play. Next day, you're going to get another at bat. You can't dwell on what just happened. If you struck out, go play defense. Go help your pitcher out. Go back your defense up and go make a play, and then come back in there, and you never know what you might do your next at bat.
Look, to quote your young first baseman, we asked him this question last year, and when he was about 6 inches shorter than he is now and a little bit younger, and he just said, "Flush it." And now it's flush it. But no, he's it's great. You just got to get rid of it and go on and play the next play, pitch the next pitch, and that's it.
That's it.
So looking forward to a big season, Logan, and getting you back out there without a doubt. I know that you still bring something to the team, no matter if you're in there or out there. So and that's part of what that captain role is all about.
Yes, sir.
So big night for us. Congratulations to Maddox Adelise for his commitment on to National Park, and we'll be out there covering that at the school when he signs that. Just may have to call me quicker than 5 minutes before, so I remember on that day. On the last one, that was on me. Congratulations, of course, to Talon Epnet. He was our Player of the Week this week, and to the Warriors that start out the season at 5-1. So that's going to do it. Big shout out to all of the Warriors fans that made it out tonight. Hope that Donovan saved room for the Blazing Wings out there. It's either him or it's Mitch. One of those two have to come up and do the Blazing Wings challenge. I'm not sure which one will be doing it. I don't know. They're both shaking their heads. We're in trouble, Coach.
I don't even know if they heard you. You may want to repeat that.
They got the food and they're chewing now, so that's one thing.
Mitch might be able to do it.
We'll check on that and see. Now, see, Mama heard it. We need a contestant for the Blazing Wing Challenge. That's what, and so he's in? We'll see about that. We'll work on that. Guys, it's been a great week. Congratulations to everybody out here. Warriors are 5-1 on the season. We'll keep you posted about tomorrow. Keep an eye out on Facebook, and we'll know the status of that one. But dadgum, this rain hadn't stopped at all, and so that concerns me about it. But the Warriors have 2 at home Monday and Tuesday. We'll see what the Monday one does. Great time out here. Coach, next Sunday we won't be here. That is the Mardi Gras parade, and it ends right there. We're not going to come fight all of that. So we will not have a show next Sunday here. So just keep that in mind. We'll be back the following one once Mardi Gras Sunday, Parade Day, and Easter Sunday. We won't be in either of those 2 weeks. So for Coach Josh Brown, everyone out in there,